What's happening, everybody? Memorial Day 2017 here on the hilltop. Fighting the rain and thunder all weekend, trying to get a video put up. It's going to be a short one. But before I start, I want everybody to take a moment and think about what this holiday is about. A shout out to everybody that wore the uniform of our nation and fell while doing so. So while you're having your hot dogs and your hamburgers, take a minute to remember those guys and my brothers in arms. So let's get started. Today what we got I want to show everybody is we put another watering source in for the deer. It's about 250 yards from the one that we showed you in the last video. And the reason we put this here is, like I said in the last video, these water sources, aside from the random rain puddles, are the only water sources anywhere within 3/4 of a mile. Like I said, down over this hill here, we have a creek. About a mile that way, we have a farm pond, and about another mile that way is another retention pond. And outside of that and the random rain puddle, these are the only water sources that are up here on this hill. So let's get started. We'll show you what we got, and hopefully everybody gets something out of this. All right, everyone, here we are. So this is what I was talking about just a few moments ago. This is the water tub we put in. It's a real simple setup. It's a 100-gallon tub from Tractor Supply. Only cost a few dollars. I think it was like 79 bucks. We sunk it in the ground about halfway. Some folks are going to put in flush down to the ground. We tried that. It didn't really work out well for us. We got a lot of debris and stuff inside. It was just a pain to clean out all the time. So we left it up out of the ground a little bit. It seems like a lot of water, 100 gallons, but it keeps down on the evaporation during the hot summer days. So what we're going to do, this is a brand new water tub that we put in. I got a critter stick here in case something falls in and can't get out. You don't want a dead animal in your water tub. And I got some corn here just in bags I bought at the store, and I'm going to put around it, and that's going to get the deer coming to it. Now I'm here in Pennsylvania. You can't bait and hunt, so this is Memorial Day weekend. Deer seasons don't open up until October-ish, late September, depending where you are in the state. And we're going to put the corn right here. So we're all finished up putting the corn around the water tub. This is going to be just an initial draw for the deer so they can catch on to it a lot quicker. It's earlier in the year. Probably not going to be as a big draw right now because the weather's been pretty wet. There's a lot of water standing in the woods on the four-wheeler trails here and there. They're getting a lot of water from the browse they're eating, but later on in the summer when this is hot, they'll know where it is. They'll be able to come here and it'll start directing their patterns this way. And really what all this is about is establishing food plots, water supply, and cover to pattern your deer to get them to go where you want them so that you have a better hunting season. A moment ago I was showing you some of the food plots that we had put in and what we had growing in them. And I was talking about crimson clover and cereal rye for a beginner food plot. And the reason I say for a beginner food plot, it's a very low maintenance type food plot. Cereal rye and crimson clover are two high yield foods that deer like and that grow very easily. Now, there's a little bit of science behind it. I'm not really smart about it, but cereal rye, when it dies later in the year, gives off chemicals as its roots decompose that's beneficial to clovers. So another thing that cereal rye does is it crowds out warm season grasses and allows plants like clovers to grow. So what we do in our food plots in the fall is we'll plant cereal rye and clover as a spring cover crop. It's going to be the first thing to green up. Cereal rye grows anytime the temperatures are above freezing and that there's adequate sunlight for the seeds to germinate. So if you plant cereal rye in the fall and seed it with crimson clover, you're going to have cereal rye growing throughout the early winter. Once the snows come and everything like that, you know, deer will be using other types of food. We usually put in some brassicas, turnips, radishes, and things like that. But the first things to green up in the springtime is cereal rye and crimson clover. This crimson clover and cereal rye I have right now, the clover's about 2 feet tall, the rye's about 4 feet tall. I let my cereal rye head out to seed because I like the volunteer rye, because I'm going to do this again in the fall. I'm going to put down a combination of cereal rye, some brassicas, and different types of plants like that are going to be beneficial for the deer through the winter. So if you want something that's going to keep weeds down, if you want something that's going to be high yield, and you want something that's easy to grow, a combination of cereal rye and any type of clover, we use crimson clover because it's an annual, and I'm going to kill it off here in August anyways. But if you want to establish a white clover plot, cereal rye in the fall with your variety of white clover, whatever grows best for you in your area. And if you're going to use it as an annual cover crop for the summer or the spring, then crimson clover is really good because it grows fast, it grows high, it's high in protein. Deer love it, turkeys love it, rabbits love it if you want to have cover for small game. And the cereal rye is beneficial because it's green early in the year, and you can let it seed out and go to head, and you'll have volunteer rye seed for the next food plot you're going to do in the fall. So try it out. It's not really hard to do, and it's something that if you're a brand new food plotter and you don't have a lot of resources and you don't want to end up spraying and tilling and doing all this stuff, you can throw this stuff on the ground and run over with your four-wheeler. If you have a cultipacker, that's great, use that too. Whatever you got, a drag harrow, anything, this stuff is easy and it grows. We had great luck with it. We shot many deer over these food plots, and in all the spring the deer will be in here using it, turkeys, fawns using it for cover, small game, what have you. So that wraps it up, everybody. Too bad it's the nicest day of the weekend. I was hoping to get some more done, but we fought weather. It was pouring down rain the last 2 days. This is the first sunlight we've had in a couple days, so we had to do all this work you see behind us, putting this tub in between rainstorms and downpours and thunderstorms. But it's time to wrap it up. I got to get back to work. Uncle Sam calls, and happy Memorial Day, and we'll see you on the next episode.